Hey guys, I'm Mel and today I'm going to do my July TBR. So these are the books that I'm going to read on July. Fun fact about me, I never do TBRs. I am normally terrible at following TBR, but last month I started writing the books that I want to read in this paper because I figured that I work much better when I write, and I think I'm accomplishing much better things this way, and I'm organizing myself much better this way. So I figured this month I would do a proper TBR for the first time in my channel. The first book is one that I started reading today, and that is The Sacred Lies of Minor Bly by Stephanie O. This is a book about a girl who her whole entire life has been part of this cult until she rebels against them and they cut her hands off and they take her to prison, so she had to pay for those mistakes. This book sounds so interesting. I never read a book about a cult before, I believe, and this book sounds like a mix of contemporary and like a really dark story, so I'm super intrigued. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so I only want to finish this video and go read it because it sounds amazing. The next book that I want to read is Gautama by Abigail Tearling, I believe. This tells a story about a boy who is intersex, and obviously he identifies himself as male, but nobody knows about it. And basically he has the perfect life. He is a good student, he has a good group of friends, he has a perfect family. I believe he suffers some kind of abuse, and then his whole life changes, of course. I didn't want to keep looking more information about this book because I didn't want to get spoiled. This sounds like a super interesting book. I've been in the quest of reading more diverse books. We don't get to read normally the story of people who is intersex, and I'm really interested about that. So I think it gives visibility if we read those stories. The next book that I want to read is Faking Normal by Courtney Stevens. This is a book about a girl who has a traumatic experience as she's trying to deal with it. A guy moves next door and then they become friends, and I believe that he helps her deal with that traumatic experience, and you know, they help each other to face the truth and, you know, face their fears. This sounds like a cute story with some darker issues, and it sounds also like it has a cute relationship of friendship and, you know, respect for people's experiences, and that is really interesting for me. And I've been wanting to read this book for a while now, and the other day I was organizing my Kindle and I found it, and I was like, okay, I have to read this because this sounds fantastic. The next one is A Mad Wicked Folly by Sharon Biggs Waller. This, I believe, is the most exciting book that I'm going to read this month. It's about a girl who wants to be an artist, and she lives in London in the beginning of the 20th century. But her parents, they don't want her to become an artist. They want her to, you know, get married and live like a normal girl in that era, you know. But she doesn't want to do that. She has other plans for herself. She applies for an art university. She participates in the suffragette movement. She becomes attracted with this boy from the working class. It just sounds super revolutionary for that era. It doesn't sound only revolutionary, but it sounds super feminist because it sounds something I would like particularly. The thing to please me, take notes, I love people who fight against the norm, and especially if they are artists. Now I will say the new releases for this month that I'm going to read. The Invention of the Tearling by Erika Johansen is the second book in the Queen of the Tearling series. The first book tells the story of a queen who's been hiding her whole life, who's finally come of age to claim her throne, and basically everybody wants to kill her. The thing that I read the first book earlier this year, and it wasn't the best book that I've ever read, but the ending of the book it really intrigued me. I really want to read the next one. I didn't like that much the first part or the middle part. I only like the last part. I really want to know what happens in the next book. The next new release is Armada by Ernest Cline. I'm sure you've heard about this. It's basically about this boy who is obsessed with this video game where he has to kill aliens until one day aliens actually come to the Earth. The government tells all the gamers that were playing that game that they actually have to kill the aliens. I loved Ready Player One. Like, these are my kind of book. This book sounds pretty nerdy and fun, and Ready Player One was brilliant, and I have really high expectations for Armada too, so I hope it's a good book. I really hope, but I'm sure it will be. And the final book that I want to read is A Heart of Betrayal, the second book in the Remnant Chronicles by Mary Pearson. The first book was The Kiss of Deception, where there was the princess who doesn't want to be a princess, and so she flees to live a normal life, but she can't live a normal life because the prince who was supposed to marry her and an assassin follows her. She can't live a normal life. I really want to read the next book because the first book was really good. It wasn't mind-blowing for me, full of plot twists, and it had a little bit of insta-love, which I really didn't like, but other than that, it was fine. It was well written. I liked it. It ended with a really like cliffhanger, and I really want to know what happens. Yeah, tell me, what do you want to read this month? That was everything for today. Hope you have a great day. Hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!